Today I'm going to be going over block strings. Just a quick disclaimer, I will be going over block strings with Android 17, but not every character goes about it exactly the same. There are differences here and there, but this is the general idea, so hopefully this helps. I'll just show you guys what I do when I go over block strings with my characters. The first thing I do is I always check the frame advantage of my normals. So the ones I always check are 5L, 2L, second hit auto combo, 5M, 2M, and his key blast. Or her key blast, it doesn't really matter. You want to make sure that a normal isn't -6 or worse, because that means it's unsafe. But everything below that is safe on block. So I'll just show you 17s real quick. -3, -4, -5, -5, -4, -6. So by just doing this one time in training mode, I automatically know that he only has one unsafe normal amongst these normals, which is his 2M. So I can just show you that. Safe, safe. Note that these are -5, and that is a 6 frame normal, so he won't get punished. But no matter what I do here, even though I try to block, I get punished because it is -6. So always keep this in mind. You want to know what's unsafe to jabs, because you don't want to end your block string. You know, sometimes you'll be doing block strings and you go, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm just gonna accept it and block, I'm too scared to press on. You don't want to stop your block string at a button that's unsafe, so always check the numbers. Alright, so now we have a basic idea of frame data when it comes to our normals, so let's talk about block strings a little bit more in depth. So the main purpose of this video is kind of to discuss block strings, but more primarily restarting your string, so some of the mind games that go behind it. So the first thing I want to show is there's a method you see Goichi do a lot with like GT Goku or Super Saiyan Goku, is once they make the opponent block, they like to restart their strings with jabs. So it'll look stuff like this. Stuff like that is really effective. Double jabs, single jabs, dash, double jabs are really effective. And there are a few reasons why this is strong. So the first one being it's very fast. You cannot see it happening to you until it happens, but there's a risk to it, and it's this. The opponent can always mash on you. However, most people won't mash on you unless you show them that you're willing to do it over and over again, because the risk of this exists. You know, no one's trying to get hit by a medium starter just because you restarted your string. So that's why a lot of players could get away with doing stuff like that. Let's go over mediums. So, okay, good. I see a lot of people do this. They do 2M, 5M in their block strings. This is okay if you're delaying your strings, reading a counter poke. You know, you'll delete them if this happens, so that's pretty cool. But the problem with this is once you reach your 2M, if you don't have a 3/8, let's assume 17 doesn't have one. If you don't have another low, there's nothing left to be afraid of. There's no more mix-up, at least not by yourself. So the opponent could just block high. However, if you do, say for example, auto combo, there's still the risk of 2M. And if you do 5M, there's still the risk of 2M. So there are a lot of points here you can restart your string after the jab. You can restart it at the auto combo, even though they're minus, you can restart it because the risk of this is really high. No one's trying to get hit by this. Same with 5M. Am I going to restart the string? Or am I going to 2M? That's the mind game, okay? That's what you want to do. That's what you want to think about. So don't always autopilot into 2M, 5M. Unless you want to play the key blast mind game. Even though I just called it the key blast mind game, this is more like a mini game, I guess. Honestly, you can think of it like that. So what you need to know about key blasts, they're typically safe, and you typically want to save them until after you do your mediums, because if you do them earlier than that, you kind of don't abuse your low 2M, you know. You always want to have that in the back of their mind. But if you go past that point, you can either go into your heavies or you can go into a key blast after mediums. So first things first, we'll just go into our key blast after mediums. So what you need to know about key blasts is that they can be guard cancelled. So if you continue the string, they can reflect you. They can also super dash. This is safe for most characters, sometimes it's not. You want to be really careful, you want to like test it yourself. So here is the mini game. There's three things that can happen. One, they super dash thinking that you're going to stop or that you're going to do something that will get them hit, like try to restart your string here, because that is possible, but I don't really recommend it. But if you want to, you can. You know, you're kind of nice like that. Second one is they read you're going to push the button right away and they reflect you. And then your block string is over. You play neutral again. This is what typically most players would do if the key blast happens, but you can also read that. And then they die. So there's a risk to that. There's also a risk to super dashing too. You know, it's not just this. You can just also block, and then if that happens, if you're really good, you can always punish that, but you have to be really good to do that. So that's basically the mind game behind Key Blast 5H. You could also do 5H Key Blast. And if you have access to your 2H, you can still 2H that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty much all you need to know about block strings. You know, the initial string, your auto combo, your mediums, and then the key blast minigame. Those are like the main things that you have to think about when doing block strings. If you want to practice this on your own, I recommend doing this. So enemy settings, guard, set to guard all, counterattack settings, play recording, and then here, recording method quick and playback method random. This lets you record everything pretty much frame perfect. So the first one, the smash auto combo. For the second one, reflect. Third one, super dash. And then the fourth one, down back. You know what, just for fun, I'm going to fight the CPU. I'm going to do the block strings that I just showed you. Let's see how I do. Ah, I'm safe. Mashing, sir, you cannot mash there. Oh wow, I'm actually guessing right. Not too sure why I got hit there. I don't remember if I did 2M or not, but... Oh, I was safe, but it didn't react. Okay. Okay. Alright. Want to see if I can react to a super dash. Okay. Give me the super dash. Hey, okay, yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty decent way to practice it. Again, not perfect because the super dash doesn't happen via guard cancel, I'm pretty sure, but this is a good way to get used to it. You get used to getting mashed on, you get used to reading reflex and stuff, kind of get used to the flow of a match, extending your block strings back. So yeah, hopefully this helps, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and other than that, maybe I'll make a part 2. There's more to it than this, depending on the character's options that I'd like to go over, but save that for another time. Have a good one, dudes.